Hello, everyone. So, how does the US elections affect immigration? So, for those of you who do not know, this year, so in November 2024, we are going to be voting for our president. And elections, they affect immigration. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So, what I've done is I am going to be using the Nairobi embassy, as really the subject of this conversation. So I have the numbers with me. I went back and I looked at the visa issuances for the last 5 years or so. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be diving in. I looked at a few visas. So I looked at the B1 B2 visitor visa. I looked at the C1D, which is for cruise ships. I looked at the F1 visa for student, H1B, temporary work visa. I looked at the J1. I looked at the M1, L1, O1, P1, P3, and R1. But I think because those are a lot. That's a lot of visas, and I don't wanna, I don't wanna make it so. Yeah, I don't want to make it so that we're here for the rest of the day. So, out of all those visas that I looked at, I have the numbers for. I am concentrating mostly on the visitor visa, which is the B1, B2 visa, so business and tourism. And then I'm going to be focusing on the student visa, which is the F1 visa, but also the J1 visa, which is the exchange program visa. So a J1 visa is a work visa. But yeah, before we start, thank you so much for coming to my channel. It's a pleasure to have you, join in. If this is the first time you're joining me, feel free to hit that subscribe button and you'll become part of the Kenyan American home family. And thank you so much for my returning subscribers. My members, thank you, man. If you don't know, I started the new membership program that has really unique videos. If you haven't seen the videos I've done so far talking about that, please make sure you watch that. But it's a way for members, for you, if you want to connect me more with me more, get some specialized videos, but also maybe some one-on-ones, mock interviews and stuff. Utilize the membership. All you need to do is go to my profile, my page, and then click on join. If you click on join, you'll see the different programs. Each program is separate. So I encourage you, maybe I'm going to do an official video launch for it. But let's go back to elections, and most of you watched what happened with, with Trump, the shooting. There's been a lot of mixed reaction, but we're not gonna get political. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about immigration. Yeah. So again, I'm not an immigration, attorney. I am just an immigration enthusiast. I just love to look and read and research and talk to people about immigration, and then I come here and I communicate with you what I've learned. So, how do elections? This is a theoretical, from a theoretical angle. How do elections affect immigration? They do, and oftentimes it just immigration is made challenging because of elections, because depending on whether, because there's two major parties in the U.S. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party. So depending on who is in power, they're often trying to communicate something different, and so that is, it makes immigration challenging, but also sometimes they might increase or whether the documentation or the legal requirements that are required. But, and a point that I want to really focus on is elections can increase the inflow of immigrants. And this is because the laws tend to be laxed during an election year. And this is the point that I'm going to be focusing on, is it true that the election year, there's an inflow of immigrants because because the laws are a little bit, they're a little bit lax. So to be able to kind of see if is this true, or is it just something, somebody just sat down and decided to write down as, hey, election year, this happens. So what I did is I went into, Department of State, and I looked at the numbers, and I was focusing on Nairobi, and I took 2 months. I took May and I took April, because I wanted to make sure at least I have at least 2 months to compare during the year. So I went back May 2024, May 2023, May 2022, May 2021, and May 2020. This would have been really nice if COVID didn't happen, but COVID did happen. And so it makes the last election year kind of now. Why? Because so many things didn't happen during COVID. So it will not give us a clear picture of an election year. So the last election year in the US was 2020. And so 2020 will not give us, it will not give us an accurate representation of an election year just because of what was happening. And so what I did is I instead decided to focus on, okay, so let's look at, since Biden took power, so we're going to be focusing on May 2021, May 2022, May 2023, and May 2024. But also, I wanted to take one more month, so I chose April. So we're also going to be focusing on April 2021, April 2022, April 2023, and April 2024. All right? So when I look at my numbers and I look at that comment that during election year, there is an increase in the inflow of immigrants into the US. Let me start with the B1, B2. So in Nairobi, B1, B2, which is the visitor's visa, in May of 2021, there were 276 visas that were issued. That's just the visitor visa. In May of 2022, there were 672 visas that were issued. In May of 2023, which is last year, there were 1,300. Let's read there's probably a dump truck or a trash truck there. Let me start all over again just because of the noise. So yeah, May 2021, this is visitor visa we're looking at. May 2021, there were 276 visas that were issued in Nairobi. May 2022, there were 672 visas issued, visitor visas issued. In May of 2023, last year, there were 1,300 visitor visas issued in Nairobi. Do you want to hear the number in May of 2024? In May of 2024, there were 2,724 visitor visas issued at the Nairobi consulate. Like, you can't even make this stuff up. It is more than double any of the months in the previous 4 years. Because this, 2,724 this year, visitor visas issued this year. Last year, 1,300. The year before that, 672. The year before that, 276. So that proves, that supports that fact that there is an increase in the inflow of immigrants during an election year. Okay, let's look at the same visitor visa. Let's look at the month of April. Okay? All right. So April 2021, there were 39 visitor visas issued in Nairobi. We were still coming from COVID, so that makes some sense. But April 2022, there were 769 visitor visas issued in Nairobi. April of 2023, there were 1,125 visas issued. And then this year, April 2024, there were 2,066 visas issued. Visitor visas issued this year, the election year. So you see, this year, about 2,000. Last year, about 1,100. The year before that, about 769. And then 2021, about 39. Well, like looking at just April and May, visitor visas issued during this year, the election year, is about double, and more than double, sometimes going back, double or more than than any visitor visas issued the last 4 years. So yeah, that does prove this year they are issuing way more visitor visas, which is an election year. Let's look at another visa, F1 visa. F1 visa, we're going to go to, and we're looking at Nairobi, the Nairobi consulate. F1 visa, let's go to May of 2021. May of 2021, there were 136 visas issued in Nairobi. May of 2022, there were only 50 visas issued. And then May of 2023, last year, there were 60 visas issued, student visas issued. May of 2024, there were 281 student visas issued this year. 281 in May of 2024, only 60 in May of 2023, only 50 in May of 2022. It's like more than, that's a lot. That's like 5 times the number that they issued the same month last year. All right, let's look at April and collaborate there. Okay, so April F1 visa, student visa. April 2021, there were 30 visas issued in Nairobi. April of 2022, there were 46 visas issued. April of 2023, there were 29 visas issued. And April of 2024, there were 99 visas issued. Again, 99 this year in April, 29 last year in April, 46 in April of 2022. Again, double or more student visas issued this year, election year, compared to the other years. Wait, so, I mean, these numbers don't lie. So is it true when they say that inflow of immigrants may be increased due to lax laws? These numbers are proving it. And maybe what I'll do is, one of these days I'm going to do a live with you guys so that I can show you where I get, my numbers and all that stuff. Okay, let's look at the third one, J1 visa. J1 visa is an exchange program visa. I love the J1 visa because the J1 visa is also a work visa. It's a temporary work visa. And there's over 14 visas that you can get in the J1 program. That means there's 14 programs. Whether you want to come to the US as a trainee, I've brought people, interviewed people who've come here with a trainee program. I've interviewed a teacher, which happened not too long ago. J1, camp counselors, it's 14 different programs that you can come with the J1 visa. All right, so the J1 visa, let's look at May. And remember, we're looking at Nairobi. Okay, so J1 visa, May 2021. There were 24 visas issued in Nairobi. May of 2022, there were 75 visas issued. May of 2023, there were 83 visas issued. And May of 2024, there were 133 visas issued. So substantially more in May of this year compared to May of last year or the years previously. 133 versus 83, 75, and 24. So again, election year, more visas issued. Let's look at April. All right, J1 visa April. April 2021, there were 9 visas issued. April of 2022, there were 36 visas that were issued. April of 2023, there were 31 visas issued. And then April this year, there were 80 visas issued. Again, double the amount of visas issued in this election year compared to the previous, same months, previous years. I mean, I can keep going. What I'll do is, we don't have data for June yet. May is the latest so I'll wait for June, and maybe do a live once I'll probably do a live once June comes out. Maybe June, July. So what is this trying to tell you? It's trying to tell you, hey, if you want to apply if you want to apply a visitor visa, if you want to apply a J1, an exchange J1 visa, if you want to apply for a student visa, the year to do it is this year, the election year. This year, as they're campaigning, there's a correlation. I think, I don't know whether they're trying to make the immigrant community happy by approving all these visas, but it's true. It's true what they said. The inflow of immigrants has greatly increased in this election year compared to the last 4 years. And that the numbers tell it. The numbers do tell it. So I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope I hope someone can come back with testimonies. People who watch this and then you decide to go do your decide to go book your interview. Yeah, let me know. But also, there's been something that's been happening. A lot of dates, there hasn't been a lot of dates too. So, just do it quickly. Do it quickly. Make sure you do it quickly. All right, my guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I have statistics for other visas, but I'm not going to focus on them. I wanted to maybe focus on those 3 because a lot of people I talk to apply mostly to those visas. I have other data that I'll do content about. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Please don't leave this video without hitting that like, sharing this video, commenting on this video. Let me know what you think about the session today. But also, just thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. And after you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, because when you do, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you're here and you want to send money back home, the best app that you can send money back home with is TapTapSend. Use my promo code TKAH, and if you send for the first time, if you go to your iPhone, Android, Play Store, Apple Store, App Store, download TapTapSend. Once you download TapTapSend, register, log in. After that, when you go send your money the first time, please make sure you put my promo code TKAH. And if you send more than $50, you get $20 extra. So you get a $20 discount. So if you send somebody back home $100, they get $120. All right. Thank you guys so much. And as always, thank you for your support. Keep liking my videos, keep sharing. Make sure you pass this information to somebody. Yeah. And again, like, comment, share, subscribe. When you do these things, it helps me. It helps, tell YouTube that this video is valuable. Push it to other people so that they can get this free information, this good free information. Yeah. Thank you so much again. And I appreciate you. Appreciate all those people who don't, skip any ads. That's kind of how that's kind of how you appreciate me too. Is if you don't skip the ads and you watch the ads, you help me. You help me. Thank you guys so much, and have a good, have a good rest of your day. Until next time, peace out, man. Peace out.